We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go introduce our next speaker. That is Hugh Grossman, and he is from eStock Option Trading. So I'm going to go ahead, set this up, and get Hugh set up here right now, then I will introduce him. Okay, great. Now, Hugh comes well-educated, but most of what he knows was learned on the playground and the Trader's School of Hard Knocks. During a market meltdown, Hugh determined that 1, no one should care more about your money than you, and 2, with the internet, everyone has virtually all the same information available at their fingertips. Armed with these truisms, Hugh dumped his loser financial guru and set out to learn serious investing. Ultimately, he found a mind-boggling day trading system that earned a stunning 5% per day using a highly reliable methodology that can be easily mastered. Humble Hugh's helping of others came on the heels of publicly revealing his daily trading results, a bold step few dare to do. He is highly regarded, continually awarded the top position in Pro Trading Profits annual rank and performance rank results, beating out hundreds of other strategies and services. Hugh sports a business degree and background but prides himself on connecting with the common folk and keeping it all super simple. His biggest thrill, next to flying airplanes, is watching his students excel in the world of options trading. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to introduce Hugh Grossman from eStock Option Trading. Go ahead, Hugh. Take it away.
Great. Thank you very much. That's a very humbling introduction. I really appreciate that. And, you know, it's so true. I mean, most of what we learn in our early years, and unfortunately we bring some prejudices and different things to our lives later on, and then it kind of hurts us. And that's why I'm going to show you how to control our emotions, because that's really where we learn a lot of the stuff. Anyway, we're going to talk about mastering emotional control. This is, folks, something that you don't hear of a lot being talked about. We hear a lot about strategies and different instruments to trade and all the various things, but really what it comes right down to is mastering our own emotional control. But before I go any further, I want to give a special thanks to the guys over at Investor Inspiration. Folks, you guys, you know, you really put something together here, and I just see some of the names on your attendees list. Very impressive, very impressive. I recognize a lot of these names, and some of them I hold as my personal friends. So welcome, everybody, and I'm glad that you are actually spending some of your Saturday afternoon here with us. I know there's a lot of better things you could probably do here on a Saturday, but I'm really honored that you actually chose to be here with us right now. So again, my name is Hugh, and a little bit of a background. I used to be an internal auditor for an insurance company, actually a Fortune 500 company, and like so many, I would make some money, and I would give it to my financial guru to invest in my future. Well, my future was way down the road, right? Might as well be light years away. I didn't really bother to even, when they used to send me those statements, I didn't bother to open them up to see how much money I have. I thought, well, I'll look at it down the road sometime, right? So that's the future, which is really contrary to being an internal auditor. You'd think that as an auditor, I'd be on top of this. But I guess it's like the old saying, you know, the dentist's kids got the worst teeth. And I was probably in that category. But later on, at one point, I did think, you know, I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. I'm going to open this thing up, this envelope, and see just how much money I have, this windfall that I'm going to just enjoy my retirement. And it turned out I had about half of what my initial capital was. And I started doing the figuring here. Wait a second, you mean I worked at this little all my life? And this? Anyway, long story short, like so many, my guru lost most of it. And I was quite upset. I gave him a call and I said to him, listen, you know, cut me a check for whatever's left. They're going to be there tomorrow to pick it up. And that's exactly what I done. I fired him. And I'm telling you here, what I'm telling you is nothing like what the conversation went like. But anyway, you don't want to hear that. It was not a good day at all. But I did learn a couple of things. I learned that, number one, nobody cares or should care more about my money than I do, or that I should. And that's the way it should be with all of you, okay? Nobody cares more about your money than you should. And I also learned how to do this myself, because you know what? With the power of the internet, there's no reason you can't learn how to do this yourself. We have all the information at our fingertips just like anybody else, just like they do. Maybe a few seconds here and there, but nothing material that's going to affect your overall you know, results, right, in the course of a lifetime. So I learned how to do this. Now, over the years, I made a lot of money and I lost a lot of money, but I always took away a lesson. If there was a lesson to be made, would I have done this trade if, you know, if given the same situation? What could I have done differently? What did I miss? And that's kind of the way it went. So over the years, I mean, I did learn a lot, and I started making a lot of money, and I started bringing home the toys, and people started asking me, yeah, what are you doing, Hugh? And I would tell them. And they said, well, listen, you got to teach me what you're doing. You got to show me what you're doing. Anyway, it just kind of grew from there. And now I'm enjoying a lifestyle that is probably the envy of everybody I know anyway. You know what, folks? Making money in the market is not that difficult. It really isn't if you know how. And we teach you how to do it. estockoptiontrading.com. We teach you how to do it. Now, what sets trading apart from other business models? You know, you treat trading as a business, it will pay you as a business. If you treat it as a hobby, it will pay you as a hobby. Trading is different than all other businesses that I can think of. First of all, it's a performance-based discipline. It's based totally on your performance. Stress, mental pressures, these can all affect, and they do, your ability to function. And it's all going to impact on your bottom line. Unlike, say, other businesses, well, maybe it doesn't matter. If I don't feel well, I just won't show up. But I've got staff, this, that, and the other thing, okay? This is a lot like sports. If you want to be a good a good golfer, a good baseball player, a football player, any of these things, you have to be on top. And that's going to be your business. Your contract is going to be dependent on your last few games, right? Your last season. And that's the way it is here too. This is all going to be based on your performance. Intellect, interestingly enough, is quite irrelevant. Even the famed investor, Warren Buffett, says that, all you need is 100 IQ. I mean, obviously this is not for dummies, but you do have to feel somewhat comfortable with numbers. But you don't have to be a genius to make money on the market. If you're just an average kind of a person who can understand simple, math, it's not that complicated. There's no calculus involved here or anything like that. Your intellect actually has nothing to do with your ability to be a trader. Success is not a function of how smart you are or how much you have applied yourself academically. All right, and we tend to put, as a society, a huge premium on intellect. So if if you have college, if you don't have to be a doctor, or lawyer, or nothing like that. Okay, even if you have just high school, and I've got some members as they hit high school, they worked a few years, they collected a few bucks, they're pretty good in what they do, they can control their emotions, different things like that. They're doing very well trading. Okay, so don't ever feel that you're not good enough if you don't have a PhD. In this business, there's no customer goodwill. Unlike, say, excuse me, say a restaurant, right? The restaurant's been in the community for the last 50 years. Everybody goes there, right? Duff's Wings and Pizza here in the Buffalo, New York area. I mean, the place could be a dump. I swear it could burn down, and people are still going to line up to try to get their wings. And it's just like that. So if you have a bad meal in the restaurant, it's not going to affect your overall bottom line because you have this thing called goodwill. Your parents went there, your grandparents went there. I think you know what I'm talking about. In this business, you don't have that. All right, you can build your business. You can build it. 10 great trades in a row and one bad trade is going to wipe you out. Your history. Nobody even knows your name. That's the way this business is. Traditional work ethics, they just don't apply in this business. A lot of us come from a 9 to 5 type background, 8 to 5, and work overtime, right? Make more money working overtime. Put more in, more effort. Oh, we'll give you 110%. Those things don't work here. In fact, I find that if you work too much and overtrade, just like somebody mentioned here in one of the other earlier webinars here, overtrading, it can hurt you. It can actually hurt you. And I have personal experience with that if I trade past a certain time, I have a sort of a negative effect on my trades. So this is not something that the more time you put in that regard, the more you're going to get out of it. And just because the market happens to be open from 9:30 to 4 every day does not mean you have to be in the market from 9:30 to 4. Get in there, make your money, and get out. That's what we do. That's what we do, and that's why we make a lot of money. You also have to be, unlike in the traditional business, you have to be able to make changes on the fly. And in this business, you can. Now, if you were in a conventional business, you would be investing a lot of time, effort, money, energy, a lot of emotion, a lot of planning, a lot of, all these things, right? And you're planning this business, you're going to develop this thing, this venture, you're going to, you're going to hire the people and all these things. And if it doesn't work out, you're going to be considered a failure. And to change it at the last minute, you're going to really probably annoy a lot of people who have a certain degree of other investment, emotional efforts and whatever, invested in that business, and now you're changing it all, they're going to call you a flaky boss, and they're going to leave you. Okay, but in this business, you are your own boss, you're your own staff, you are your own everything, and you are not only able to make changes on the fly, but you're actually expected to make changes on the fly, because when conditions change, you are expected to change with it. Bottom line, folks, you really need to have fun with this business. That's really what it's all about. If you're not having fun, why are you doing it? Making money the way we do it, we have fun first, and making money is actually almost incidental. Let me tell you what your worst enemy is, and it's not what you think it is. I ask people, what do you think your worst enemy is? Oh, the market. Do you see what the market's doing now? Oh my gosh, when I tell people, when we get chatting out on the street and somebody says, oh, what do you do for a living, Hugh? I say, well, I'm a stock trader. Oh, the markets are this, the markets are that. I always think, oh, okay, whatever you say. You're a neophyte, I have to put them down or anything. I'm not. But they don't know what we are talking about. So I never engage in day trading with somebody who's really not into it or not interested. Okay, if you're interested, I'll talk to anybody. But the stock market, if you think the stock market is the enemy, it's not. Okay, neither is the market maker or your brokers. They are not, believe it or not, the enemy. Oftentimes you can actually turn them around to be your friends. Is it other traders? Is it governments? All of these are your adversaries. They're your opponents in what we do. All right, it's like a game. They are, you have to have your opponents, and these are our opponents. You're playing chess, or you're playing hockey or something. These are the things that you are working against. Trading just happens to be the arena that we are in to function as this business. I'll tell you what the real enemy, folks. If you look in the mirror, that's supposed to be a mirror there. Okay. Somebody should develop an app that actually can turn your screen into a real mirror. Maybe there is one. I haven't found it yet. But the real enemy, folks, is yourself. It's yourself. And the sooner you understand yourself, the sooner you're going to be trading with consistent profits with each and every trade, or at least most trades. That is pretty well a guarantee. I cannot guarantee you're going to make money using our system or anybody's system, but I will guarantee that if you don't get some trading somewhere with options, you will lose your money. I'm pretty safe to guarantee that. So, what happens here? Well, self-sabotage. If the enemy is yourself, then what are we doing to sabotage ourselves? That's really what we're asking ourselves here. Well, the question I'm going to pose to you first is this, and this is where I kind of came out with this whole thing. I pulled back and I said, why am I losing money in some of my trades? If I'm losing trades, why am I losing money? I mean, it should be simple. You look at a chart and you see stocks, they go up and they go down. Then why? Why is it so difficult, almost impossible, to buy low and sell high? Shouldn't we all be making money like all the time? Buy low, sell high. What's wrong with that? It sounds so simple. And yet, so many of us, so many traders, by far the majority of traders lose their money. And in options trading, most traders, I hear all kinds of stories, 90%, 95%. Whatever it is, it's going to be very high. Most traders are going to be out of business within a year simply because they lose all their money. So that's my question. Now I look at a chart. This is SPY a couple days ago, from a couple days, right? SPY, the S&P 500 spiders. This is all I trade, all right? A couple days ago it went up, came down, went up again. Well, I made money going up, all right? And in fact, I'm still in the trade. I'm going to be making money going up still. I also made money going up yesterday morning. I determined that there was a really cool pattern here. I did all my analyses and everything else. I said, you know what, this baby's going back. Oh yeah, they talked about a plane crashing. Oh yeah, let me tell you, I saw that was the headlines in some local newspaper. I saw plane crashes. No, it didn't crash. It was shot down. Let's call it the way it was. It was bad news. Bad news. A plane crash does not bring the market down $3 in SPY. $3 plus. A plane getting shot out of the sky, a civilian jetliner, that's news that's going to bring the market down. And I happen to know, or at least felt confident, that the market's going to recover once that negativism washes out. And that's what happens. So that's how I made money. Okay. Here's the proof. And I don't show you how many contracts I trade or how much money I put in because that's quite irrelevant. But what's important is this number right here. I bought the SPY 198 calls for 2 cents and I sold them for 4 cents. was talking to a buddy of mine. He said, "Oh, you're going to lose them at 2 cents." I said, "No, I'm not. I'll cash out at 4 cents." So I went to lunch with my buddy, and my cell phone rang that I sold for 4 cents. I said, "Oh, geez, I didn't want to sell quite this early. I was hoping to wait until the market went up a little more." I went back after lunch, and before the end of the day, those babies went up to 10 cents. I could have made 5 times my money that day, yesterday. But that's okay. I'm happy with 100% profit. Anyway, self-sabotage. How do we sabotage ourselves? Well, first of all, we hold on to our past myths, methodologies, all those things that we learned. A lot of people I talk to, all right, they took sessions and they took training and they took weekends in hotel rooms and course after course after course, and they learned all these things that they're bringing to the party now, and I bring them over here. And then when I introduce something that's really contradictory to something that they had learned in the past, they argue with me and they say, "Well, this is what I learned." I say, "Yeah, I know I learned that too, but forget it. Throw it out the window." "Well, how can you do that here?" They argue with me. So, okay, let me ask you, how does that work out for you? For example, using stop losses, how's that working out for you? "Well, it's not." "Oh, okay, well then don't use them. And I'll explain that to you in my course when you take my course, okay? There's a reason I don't use them. That's just an example. So what you have to do is you have to be kind of open to new ideas. Why? Because the market is dynamic. It's changing. And just like, you have to change and learn with it, well, guess what? There are people on the other end. Remember those opponents and your adversaries? They, too, are learning how to, all right, extract more money out of your wallet. They have guys, folks. There was a good book I read, something about Bear Stearns. I can't remember, the Bear Trap or something like that. They even talk about how they hired guys from Harvard and Yale and these schools to come in and come up with products and strategies to make it work. How they can take money out of your wallet. Anyway, moving along, you have to be open to new ways of doing things. Lack of confidence to make decisions, self-sabotage. I hear this all the time too. Well, you can't make decisions, and by the time they do, the trade is over. We have a program. It's called KISS Indicator. It's called, actually, part of it is called the Launchpad. The Launchpad triggers at a certain time to indicate that there's a really good trade of interest on SPY, either to go up or down. And I remember a couple of months ago, it triggered 935 to go to the upside. And this person who was a member, he wrote back to me and said, "Oh, it didn't work." The Launchpad didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. I'm looking at it. Well, it sure did. As far as I can see, it sure did work. Why? What are you saying it didn't? What time did you get in? He said, "Well, 10:25. 10:25? Well, it triggered at 9:35. Why would you get in at 10:25? Almost a full hour later, 50 minutes later, you're getting into it then? I think the trade's probably over now. You have to be able to make decisions and have the confidence to make these decisions. And that's what we teach you. We teach you the confidence. You're going to get the confidence. Why? Because you're going to have winning trades. Winning trades beget winning trades. Winners attract more winners, right? That's why if you're in a series of losing trades, then stop trading. The first thing to do is stop trading, because you're probably going to have more losing trades. Let it wash out. Let those emotions wash out. You need winning trades. They're going to get you more winning trades. Winners get winners. Money begets money. Lacking conviction in your analyses. I see this all the time too. Some people who are very good at analyzing the situation, all right, but they don't have the conviction to carry it through. If you did your homework, all right, if you did your homework and you have determined that the market is going to go down based on A, B, C, D, E, and this is when it's going to go down, then stay with it. Now, the problem here is that the markets don't just go in one direction. If you're looking at, say, a 1-minute chart, you're going to see this thing bouncing all over the place. It's going to spook you out, right? It's going to really do a number on your head. So don't let that bother you. Stay, convicted with your analyses. Stay convinced. Stay true to what you determine to be true. Chances are you're going to be right. Then lacking the discipline and patience, all right? Most traders lose their money because they simply don't have the discipline and or patience to let their stocks, let the market work its magic to give them the money. I find that the stock market is actually my friend. It's like a dancing partner. There's a symbiotic relationship between me and the stock market. It's like we're doing a dance, right? If I have to take a step forward, it takes a step back. If it takes a step forward, I have to take a step back. And we work in harmony. And if you can make the market work in harmony, if you can work in harmony with it, I should say, you're going to make money, because I find that the market wants to give you money. It just says, dance with me a little bit. That's all I ask. What do we do? So how do we change things? We have to wrestle down our emotions. Now, clearly, in a 45-minute segment like we're in here, it's very difficult to give you everything, right? This is just a sampling of what some of the things that we do, all right? So, but let's just talk a little bit. First thing you need to do is connect with a coach or a mentor, and a good one at that. Now, not all coaches are going to be good. I'm sure there are a lot of good ones, but what I'm going to do is suggest that you should ask your coaches some questions. Now, I'm going to just pull up my website here, which is estockoptiontrading.com, and if you go down here to the About Us section, go to Our Approach, click that. You're going to find a list of questions to ask yourself and or a mentor, potential mentor, that you should be looking at. Ask them questions. Do they trade their strategy? If not, run. Don't walk away. Run away, okay? Do they earn their living from trading or training? I earn my money from trading. Training is a bonus. It goes to other things, altruistic kind of activities, okay? What is your coach's experience? They never say they lose. If they ever say they never lose, they're lying to you. Run away. All traders lose money. All traders lose money. Are they empathetic to your needs, all right? I find a lot of coaches got to be careful. You know, it's always about them. Well, it's about you. You're the one who's going for your coaching, right? Are they accessible? Do they respond to you? All right. What are their rates? Are they reasonable? By that I don't mean go for the lowest one. Okay. If you're going for somebody who's really, really low, chances are they are incompetent. If it's obviously too high, you don't want to spend all your money and worried about the cost. However, find something that is actually a good fit with you, because a good coach is well worth the cost. Now, I'll tell you another thing about coaches. I mentioned earlier that all celebrities, political figures, sports figures, all those top-notch people, they don't have their entourage of coaches. Why wouldn't they? These coaches are people who've sort of been there. They're on the periphery. They're seeing things from a distance, and they are able to help you. And that's what a good coach does. How many times do they just look at this? How many times do they use the words if only, would have, should have, could have? I eliminated those words out of my dictionary. I don't even want to hear those words. If only I did this. I want to hear I did buy it. I am buying it. I am selling it now. Those are the words I want to hear, and your coach should be saying those too. Do they accept responsibility? Are they always in the state of learning? Even if they stumble, when they stumble, do they say, hey, you know what, I misjudged the market. I didn't realize this could happen or that could happen. Make sure that they commit to you as well, okay? You don't want somebody who's going to just take your money and run away. You never see them again, or they flip you off to somebody else. Once again, you can check that in detail. Go to our website, estockoptiontrading.com, About Us, Our Approach. That's where it's right there, all right? Get somebody who you are comfortable with as a coach or a mentor. You're going to be spending time with these people, all right? Somebody you're comfortable with. Very important. Learn the strategy that fits your style. I'm not saying our day trading SPY options strategy fits everybody's style. Okay, very specific, very unique. Some people like longer term swing trades. Some people like Forex. Some people like futures. Some people, everybody is going to have their own unique style. But find something that fits what you like to do. Your combination of stability, security, profitability, excitement, all those things, and that fits your personality. Now, when you find that, stay with it. Now, you may have to refine it. All right, the strategy it might not be a one-size-fits-all. It may be something that is actually going to need some adjusting from time to time. So don't feel bad about adjusting your strategy, but stay with it, because if you believe in the strategy and you believe in yourself, you're going to wrestle down the emotions. You're going to develop this confidence. You're going to have winning trades. And you can have winning trades time and time and time again. You're going to develop a real confidence. It builds on itself. The more confident you are, the better trades you're going to have. The better trades you're going to have, the more confident you're going to be, and you're just going to find yourself, escalating yourself over that hump, and you're going to become a good trader. Let me tell you a little story here. When I learned to fly, I like to fly airplanes. When I learned to fly, I could do all the air work, no problem. I could take off. I could do the spiral dives, spins, all that wonderful stuff. But damn it, if I couldn't land that plane properly, I mean, I would just sort of fall out of the sky. Blew a tire up at one time, and somehow I just found my way to the runway, and I don't know how. A couple times, went off the runway. This thing is like 150 feet wide. How come I can't land on it? Why am I in the field next to, you know? And I even asked my instructor, am I ever going to learn this? Like, how many hours do I have to go? He said, just keep practicing. Remember, the setup is, 5 miles back. It's not, at the end of the runway. So we go through all the exercises. And he said, one day it's just going to click. You're not even going to know what happened. And then one day I just thought, oh, hey, are the wheels on the ground? It was just a greaser. That's what they call a greaser. Look at this. The next time, all right, I hit the numbers. There are numbers on each of the runways. I hit them right on. Crosswinds, headwinds. It didn't matter which way. I ended up somehow. It just flowed. And then, okay, let's go with smaller runways, 50-foot wide runways. Right on. I don't even know what happened, but it happened. And that's the way it's going to be with trading as well. One day you're just going to master it. You won't even know what happened, but hey, I got a winner. And you're going to go back on your log, and you're going to see, look at that, the last 10, 20, 30, 50 trades, all winners. Hey, I think I got it. Exercise, discipline, and patience. This is really kind of cool. What is this? Well, you know what? I come to determine that discipline and patience, they're like muscles. And just like a marathon runner is not going to just set out one Saturday morning, I think you're going to run 26 miles, right? You have to work up to it, right? You got to practice sometimes for months and maybe even longer, and start running, getting into shape, and all that stuff. Well, that's the way it is with this too. If our discipline isn't there 100%, we have to exercise it. Now try this. Here's an easy little thing to do, just to show your discipline. Here's what I drive a nice German car. It likes to go fast. And when I look at the speed limits, I find it very difficult to drive 65 miles an hour. Like, this car doesn't want to go slow. And now I make sure I don't have anybody with me to annoy them, and I'll look at a stretch of road if there's not a lot of traffic. I will sometimes just exercise my discipline and patience, and I'll just get in the slow lane, and I'll slow down to 65 miles an hour. Meanwhile, everybody's passing me like I'm not there. I was down there doing that, and my wife said to me, a while back, a couple months ago, why are you doing this? Why are you be such a pain? I said, well, first of all, I'm not blocking anybody. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to exercise my discipline and patience here. The speed limit's at 65, so for the next 5 miles, all right, next 5 minutes, I'm going to go 65 miles an hour, and I'm going to learn to accept that that's what I'm going to do right now. And if you do that, and if you start doing those little things like that, simply because that's whatever reason, that's the rule, that's the law, you're going to discipline. You're going to exercise that, because you're going to bring that discipline from the highway to your trading platform, to your business. And same with patience. Have confidence in your decisions. Really important. Have confidence, because once you make a decision, execute it, carry it out. It may not happen quite as quickly as you expect. All right, just like I mentioned earlier, stocks don't go in straight lines. They go up and they go down. 1 minute charts, they're going to spook you out. If you let that happen, you're going to lose every time. You're going to lose. Expect improvement, folks. Expect improvement, because if you don't see improvement in that quickly, all right, then something's wrong. You have to change something, because when you go through all these and you improve these, you will see immediate improvement in your trading. All right, so expect it, and it'll fulfill. Okay, it's a self-fulfilling sort of a thing. Now, let's move on. Emotional control is just one component of what we do. In fact, it's one component of what anybody should be doing, but it's a big component. I would put it at 95% of successful trading is emotional control. All right. Once you learn how to manage your emotions, to control your trades, you're going to be on a winning track. Another thing, obviously, you have to find a proven strategy. Now, we use what's called the bread and butter strategy. We came up with this thing where it just earns 5 to 10% a day. It might not sound like a lot, but if you think about this, 5% a day, you're doubling your money every month. 10%, you're doing it every 2 weeks. Using our proven strategy, okay, it's not that difficult to do that. In fact, a lot of people are doing that very thing. We teach you that. Just with this alone, our bread and butter technique gives you 5 to 10% a day. But if you bring in the right tools, you're going to see even greater success, and that's where we use our exclusive KISS indicator, which includes the Launchpad, Launchpad Plus, Batters Boxes software. It's a suite of software. We're just going to roll it in under this thing we call the KISS indicator. It's software that we use for stunning daily returns, okay, for consistent profits. Consistent profit. That's where you get consistent profits. We have it all, folks. estockoptiontrading.com. Now, kind of running a little out of time here, but I want to show you some of the things that we do and some of the things we talk about. Now, we're not the best. At least I'm not saying it. Other people are. There's a service. It's called Pro Trading Profits. I didn't even know they existed until somebody mentioned, hey, you're number one on Pro Trading Profits. So, well, what's that? So, yeah, check it out. And they have consistently rated us number one in annual rank results and also in performance rank results. And they rate, oh my gosh, what's the last I seen? I think it was about 400 and some different strategies that they rate. I don't know, a couple hundred different services. But let me just see here. Here it is. This is it right here. This is the annual rank results. There we are. E-stock option trade. I don't know what all these numbers mean. I don't really much care. Let's take a look at the ranking. That's annual rank. Let's performance rank. I'm just going to kind of go through this here. Options, indexes, say 3 months. There we are right there. Search, there we are, number one. Again, they show 82 trades. I don't know where they get this information or what it all means. But obviously somebody thought, well enough about us that they put it on the board somewhere. So we must be doing something right. And I thank those people for putting us number one, whoever they are. Anyway, what I'm going to do here, folks, is I'm going to invite you, all right, each and every one of you to a personal one-on-one session. It's just going to be brief, no charge, complimentary. If you're serious enough to improve your trading, I'm serious enough to give you a little bit of my time to discuss how we can help you with your day trading SPY options. It's exciting, it's fun, it's profitable. It's going to be a game changer for you if you do it right, okay? It's going to be a game changer one way or another. And if you're going to do it right, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to change your lifestyle to the good. If you do it wrong, you can lose all your money. I'm not going to kid you. This is not something that's just fun. There's no reset button at the end of the day. Let's go back to zero. You can lose all your money. So I want to make sure you understand that. All right. So all you have to do is contact me. All right. estockoptiontrading.com. We're going to set up a personal one-on-one session. And I understand there are people from literally around the world, I'm sure, who are watching this right now or will see this. So what we've done is we have made our times available to be quite broad. So generally I am available for these sessions between 1 p.m. and midnight every day. Weekends are also usually pretty good depending if I'm around or not, but they're generally pretty good. That's Eastern time I'm talking about, okay? So 1 p.m. till about midnight Eastern time. I know I've got a lot of people all around the world, so we do try to accommodate everybody. And it's all going to be done on GoToMeeting, all right, at the comfort of your home or office, one-on-one. And we're going to spend a little bit of time, 20 minutes, half hour, whatever it takes, to see how we can help you with your day trading. All you have to do is contact me, we'll set it up. What else do we do? I'm going to tell you. One of our more popular services is this thing called Live Trading with the Pros. 3 professional traders get together every Tuesday and Thursday morning. It's a live trading session. What we do is we get together, Bob, Bert, and myself. We discuss the pre-market report. What are the factors affecting the market? What are we looking at? And then we get in on opening bell. All right, we start trading our own real accounts. We discuss the setups. We discuss what we're trading, why we're looking to trade what we trade, essentially using the bread and butter strategy, but 3 slightly different approaches to what we're doing. And believe it or not, we all make money. All right, we all make money. You can join us live on that. These are interactive sessions. Okay, and you will, and it's not like a drop-in session, like some of these chat rooms. You get in there and they, it's 2 in the afternoon. Hey, hi Bill, how you doing? Oh, fine. How are you? Oh, fine. What are you doing? Nothing. Oh, just kind of hanging around. These are not drop-in seminars. These are fully narrated. They're exciting. We have a lot of fun, and they are quick. They go for about an hour and a half, a little more than an hour and a half. 9:20. We're done at 11. We made our money. We're on with the day. To me, trading should be my slave, not me, the slave to the stock market. Every Tuesday and Thursday morning, you can get this through a subscription service, all right, depending on what you want to get, along with software. And that is, in fact, I'm going to just quickly show you. I think we have time. I'm going to quickly show you the software that we have here. This is what we refer to as the KISS indicator. I'm not going to show you all the details, and even this is, because of my browser, it just extended down here. It's actually very compact. But we have the KISS indicator, 15 great stocks, including 6 exchange-traded funds. I've got the directional strength that tells the market sentiment. I've got the launch pad, which gives us 1 indication per day on SPY. Usually kicks in between 9:30, 9:40, 9:45. Launch pad plus, it gives us up to several indications on SPY. And then here's the newest edition a couple months ago actually. It's called the Batter's Box. More of a swing trade, all right. And this can fulfill anywhere from a few minutes to up to 10 days. So and they have all been working extremely well. So again, we're not going to get into too much detail on that. We also have under estockoptiontrading.com group training. We've got every 3 or 4 months we have this thing called the Wild Weekend of Webinars. Recorded sessions, they're live, but we record them. The next one's coming up September 26th, 27th, and 28th. If you've never traded anything in your life, this is where you want to be, all right? Because we take you right from soup to nuts, and we get you up in training. There's going to be 5 sessions, each about 2 hours in length, short break in between, and that's going to happen on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're going to be also recorded for later viewing, so anybody who subscribes to those, who gets those, you have a chance to actually watch those sessions later, which is actually really good because you can fast forward or rewind. Also, private training, if you're interested in one-on-ones with me, we do that as well. Contact me for details. We'll go over that. And we also have ebooks. We have ebooks. These are, I'm just checking for time here. I don't want to go too far over. We actually have ebooks that we can I'm going to show you what these ebooks are. Again, you can go to the website estockoptiontrading.com under products and services, click on ebooks. Here they are, a whole list of ebooks. I think there's 8 or 9 of them. Okay, and I am going to give you a show special, webinar special. I'm going to give you this one right here. Hugh's $250,000 month. Forget the price. You're going to get it for free, and I'll show you how. This tells you about 2 separate trades I do every year that result in stunning returns. This is not the day trading. This is going to be more of a swing trading position that I do every year, and it makes me a lot of money. These ebooks are concise, they're topical, they're current, and they're easy to follow, and you're going to love them. Some people buy the whole set, and they watch them every day. Email support, got any quick questions? We're here for you. Email us. As a member of what we do, you get quick responses, okay? All right, now what I'm going to do, we teach you how to day trade stock options, and we do it quickly, we do it consistently, and so that you're going to do it confidently. That's what we do. And that's what you're going to be doing if you join up with us, estockoptiontrading.com. Now, I know that we're running out of time. I don't want to keep you. Here's how you can get your bonus ebook. This is the Investor Inspiration Webinar. All right. This is the Investor Inspiration Webinar bonus. Get your free ebook, How, Hugh, that's me, How I Made $250,000 in 1 month. It's going to be an ebook, and all you have to do is go to the website being this one right here, and right here, estockoptiontrading.com, up at the top right corner, right here where it says Investor Inspiration Special. This is probably going to be up just for a couple of days, 2-3 days, I don't know, but get in quick. There's no decision to make here. Right? So this is going to determine if you're going to be a good trader or not, because if you can decide now to get in on this this promotion, okay, you're getting this free ebook, doesn't cost you anything, that will determine if you can make that decision, and then you'll be a good day trader. Just leave us your email, we'll get you on the list, we'll get you the ebook, and that's what is right there. Folks, I think I am running out of time, and I just want to say, first of all, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for listening here for the last 45 minutes or so. Once again, my name is Hugh. Special thanks to Investor Inspiration. Guys, you guys are the best. You truly, truly are. Also, charts are courtesy of TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. With that, folks, I'm going to leave you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I get back to everybody right away. It's really been a pleasure. Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. If I could take you up in paradise up above.